Hi, it's Timo. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. I hope you're all doing well. Bournemouth versus Norwich City Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff, I think. This game was originally going to be Friday night, but got rearranged after Bournemouth's Carabao Cup heroics of sort with their 11-10 win over Crystal Palace. But I hope you're all doing well. Match previews / predicted XI. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on this game. It's going to be a really big one, and it's probably going to be one of the few Norwich City games where you don't go in as favourites. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in this game, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. If you are new to Norwich City Central, please subscribe for consistent Norwich City's content, including match previews, match reviews, and all that good stuff. It's been quite a week for Norwich City. Max Aarons being reported to going to Barcelona, which is absolutely crazy, and it's a testament to how well our academy's done. And of course, the government announcements that no fans will be back, which is a real disappointment, but of course has to be done. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game, this one. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's look at Bournemouth first. Norwich and Bournemouth have kind of been on a similar journey where we both got promoted in 2015. Bournemouth stayed up for 5 years. We kept yo-yoing. Bournemouth have got some very decent players still, and it's going to be a tough game. And Bournemouth, though, did lose a lot of their good players coming into the Championship season. Callum Wilson going to Newcastle, Ryan Fraser going to Newcastle, Nathan Ake going for big money to Manchester City, but they've still got a very decent squad, and their squad is up here now. You know, they've still got David Brooks, Dominic Solanke is a £20 million player, Lloyd Kelly as well. So they've got some very decent players, but the fact that Eddie Howe's gone is probably the big one for me. Eddie Howe did some great things with Bournemouth, and the fact that he's gone is a big loss for them. And I think a lot of Bournemouth fans, for me, I actually think Bournemouth might finish outside the top 10 or so. And that's quite a bold prediction, but you know what? Like, life is all about being bold. I don't think that Bournemouth will finish in the top 10, but nevertheless, it's still going to be a very difficult game, and we've got some really, really good players. Looking at Norwich City, though, Norwich City have had a decent start to the Championship. 4 points from 2 games, a late win against Huddersfield, who are tipped to kind of finish near the bottom, and a 2-2 draw against Preston. In this game against Preston, we were pegged back, but Norwich City have found a way to get a draw and could have even won it with a late Thierry Pukki goal. So I think Norwich City has started well. I think the most important thing is always the results, but you kind of want to see good performances as well. And Norwich City haven't really been at their best, but I feel like they will improve. This point of the season is all about seeing a nice pattern of play, consistent, good football. And Norwich City haven't really been that consistent yet. I still think they're trying to find their feet. Think of how good we were a couple of seasons ago, where it was consistent attacking football, be win after win after win. I don't think the football's quite there. The rhythm's not quite there yet, but we're only 2 games in, and 4 points is a very good return. But no, this game's going to be a really interesting one. Yeah, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I don't think Norwich City have got too much to panic about. I think we've made some good summer recruitment, and we've still managed to keep hold of a lot of our great players, which is well. So a lot of positives to take. Norwich City look capable of scoring goals. Got a couple against Preston, and defensively as well, there's still a bit of hiccups here and there, but I think we look slightly more solid. And I think it'll be a tough game. I mean, Norwich and Bournemouth, I can see this game having lots of goals. I think Bournemouth are a team who like to attack. They won their opening games. They won their opening game 3-2 against Blackburn and a 1-1 draw against Middlesbrough. So I think it will be 2 teams who like to play attacking football, like to press high up the pitch, and it could make for a really, really entertaining game, this one. In terms of the predicted XI, let's go through it. In goal, Tim Krul, of course, and a back 4 of Harry Quintilla, Ben Gibson to come back, Ben Godfrey, and Max Aarons. Let's firstly start with Max Aarons, and yeah, absolutely brilliant that we managed to keep hold of him. For me, maybe a bit of an underrated, and I haven't really had too many people talk about this, but I thought he was the man of the match against Huddersfield and probably against Preston as well, and that's a testament just to how good he is. You know, loves to get forward, and in the Championship he has got that license to get forward, and I'm sure, well, fingers crossed, we'll be seeing bobbing down the right hand side of the pitch for you know, many more months to come. But if he does go to Barcelona, fair play. It's a testament to his quality and the academy as well. Centre-backs, Ben Godfrey and Ben Gibson. Let's get the Bens in. Christoph Zimmermann is a good centre-back, of course, but I think Ben Gibson is someone who could play a pivotal part. And Daniel Farke in his press conference did come out and said Ben Gibson is an important part of his plans. I like Ben. I think he's got some real good potential. And I think he should be handed his Championship debut. And it'd be interesting to see how the Bens do. Very interesting as well that Ben Gibson is a left-sided centre-back as well, which helps us because a lot of our centre-backs are right-sided. And having Quintilla as well Defensively, I'm not too convinced. He feels a bit like an Ivo Pinto, but slightly better Ivo Pinto, doesn't he? Yeah, he's bombing forward a lot. Likes to get forward, and he's got a really good set piece delivery as well, which is rare in a Norwich City player. He can actually beat the first man. Who would have thought it? But got an assist against Preston and looks a real good player. Two central defensive midfielders, Oliver Skipp and Kenny McLean. Norwich City won the league a couple of years ago through dominating possession. You know, we had the Tribals, the Leitners, the Ranchiches. Kenny McLean isn't the type of player who dominates the ball. He's more of a presser, more, you know, more quicker, more agile. And he's a different type of player to the likes of Ranchiches and Leitners. I don't think he's quite settled in his first couple of games. I think his passing's been poor. And, you know, I'm a massive Mario lover. But, you know, Kenny McLean still has his place, and I'm sure Farke is going to pick him. And if he can just improve that passing and, you know, maybe that final ball, we've got a very good player on our hands. And Oliver Skipp as well, player with lots of potential. Didn't have his best game against Preston, but no doubt he will put in many good performances for Norwich City. Three attacking midfielders for me: Onel Hernandez, Todd Cantwell, and Emi Buendia. Emi Buendia, he's back. He's not injured no more. Buendia is back, and surely he's going to play against Bournemouth. What a player. Look, sometimes he can be off it a little bit here and there, but on his day, he's going to be the best player in the Championship. Todd Cantwell through the middle. A lot of people are calling Marco Stiepermann to start, but for me, Todd Cantwell still has his place in the squad. Hasn't been amazing in the first couple of games, but Todd Cantwell is someone who I think on his day is a fantastic footballer, and in that number 10 role, he could be really, really pivotal, but of course needs to start picking up his game. But he's still young. Let's give Todd, you know, a few more games yet before you try and put in another player there. And to be fair, Kieran Dow, who plays there, has got a 3-month injury, which is absolutely gutting. And Daniel Sonali, to my surprise, and I'm a little bit disappointed that he's gone out on loan. So for Norwich City having lots of attacking options, with the Dow long in-term injury and Sonali out on loan, it means those options are suddenly less sparse, which just shows how important the squad is going to be in terms of staying up. And on the left, Onel Hernandez. Poeta scored his first goal, and you know, particularly towards the end of the game, put in a really good performance. But Onel Hernandez is still the man to start for me. And, you know, it's great to have the option of Poeta off the bench. And up front, Teemu Pukki got his first Championship goal against Preston. And he would have won the game in the last few moments if it wasn't for a world-class save of Declan Rudd. And doesn't that feel weird? Declan Rudd, of course, was an ex-Norwich City goalkeeper. We had Ruddy and Rudd. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant names. And Declan Rudd was a keeper who, for me, in the Championship season, had his best goalkeeping display. We lost 3-1 to Preston, but Declan Rudd saved a penalty and was unbelievable that day. And although he made a mistake for Teemu Pukki's first goal, made a save which, you know, kept Preston a point. But Pukki's really growing as a player, and I'm sure he's going to bag in a couple more goals. That's my team. My thoughts on Bournemouth, I said earlier on in the video, I actually don't think they're going to be promoted this season. I know they're kind of one of the favourites, or they're certainly up there, but I don't think they will be promoted. I think they've just lost too many key players, but they're still going to be a tough test. And Norwich City are going to have to be on the guard. And Norwich City have done well so far, but need to show a bit more consistency. But I'm sure that will come. Score prediction: Bournemouth 1, Norwich City 3. It's Friday. I'm recording this on Friday. I feel in a really good mood. Pukki to get 2, and Cantwell to get his first Championship goal as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What team would you play up against Bournemouth, and how do you think Norwich City will do? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Norwich City Central if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you later.